Hello, hello, hello. This is your message from the universe for 8/24/2020. This is the rune Isa. Isa is the rune of a standstill. It is the rune of withdrawal. It is the rune that comes up when it feels like you are not moving forward. And usually we're not moving forward at a pace that we find acceptable. But what we have to remember is that the universe works on its own timetable. See, we might think that we're ready, and we might think that we are waving our magic wand and manifesting, and we are doing that. But you can't force the universe to do something. You can't force the universe to give you something. You can't force the universe to make you be magically healed, because you have to put that work in yourself. And sometimes that means you have to stand still for a moment before the universe can give you what it is that you want. Sometimes you have to stop the frenetic forward motion that we in the human put into things, so that we can take a moment to learn, so that we can take a moment to grow, so we can take a moment to remove an obstacle that will most likely get in our way a little bit down the road, to do a little bit of self-care, to pay attention to those spaces in our lives where we may be just ignoring the message, glossing over what the actual point of the experience is. This card, the 3 of Cups upright, is about partnerships with other people, collaborations, friendships. When it is reversed, it means that we need to take a very close look at those relationships that we've had. And often it speaks of charity gone wrong, or one person in the relationship doing most of the taking and one person doing most of the giving. Is that you? Are you the one who is giving? Are you the one who is taking? Be accountable for whichever side you're on. Don't blame the other side for it. Take your own accountability. Recognize the choices that you have made, because every single moment is a choice to do things differently. And I know that that can be difficult, especially when you're working in the shadow, especially when you're working through all of this pain and garbage that we hold on to in our lives, right? But what we really need to pay attention to are those things that we are not even recognizing we are holding on to, those spaces where we play the victim, those spaces where we say, those people did that, those spaces where we say, that's the thing that's stopping me, rather than looking at ourselves and how we are reacting to that situation. An obstacle is merely temporary. Pain from the past no longer exists unless you hold on to it. These are choices that we make. And whatever choices we are making, they have a tendency to block what is coming next. And that's by design. Because if you're not ready for the next stage, why would the universe throw it at you? Right? If you think about school, someone like a brain surgeon, so they go through their first set of med school, they're in their residency in the ER, right? They don't throw that med school student in to do actual brain surgery with the guy awake and his brain open while he's in his residency in the ER, because he's not ready yet. Because if that doctor, if he or she rushed forward into that brain surgery, things would go very wrong. And what would happen? They'd have to go back to the drawing board. They'd have to go back to the bottom. They'd have to go back and start again. If we allow the universe to have its own rhythm, if we recognize the lessons as they come in, and we accept the pause, if we accept the standstill for a moment while we regroup, while we re-examine, while we pay attention, while we be accountable for those moments, then things start to run a lot more smoothly. Recognizing that you are on divine timing and not human timing, while it can be frustrating because the rest of the world does run on human time, it can actually help you move forward in a much more clear way along the path of your purpose. And if you notice, I have 2 of my amethysts up here today that talk about using your intuition, paying attention to those nudges that you are getting from the universe and that already exist within yourself, because you are the universe. And everything that you need to know is already within you. Every connection that you need with the universe is already right there. It's just a matter of revealing it by pulling away the layers of self-defense and pain and self-loathing that we have accumulated throughout our lifetime. You are beloved, you matter, you are loved.